Hello everyone, this is Marios-Nicolaos Charalambous. Do you like Batman? I was never particularly fond of him until The Dark Knight came out back in 2008. And the reason why that particular movie made me change my view of the Batman was none other than its main antagonist, the legendary Joker. Of course, the Joker had been featured by then in countless other movies, comic books, video games and whatnot based on the Batman universe. But what made that particular iteration of the Joker more appealing to me was that it was more believable. And by more believable, I do not mean that I find it normal for people to face paint themselves like, well, jokers, but rather that the Joker's motives were more believable to me. You see, there was a scene where all the mobsters of Gotham had gathered into a room to discuss how they were going to tackle the common threat that Batman posed to all of them. And the meeting came abruptly to a halt when the Joker entered the room and asked for half of the mob's money in order to take Batman out. So one of the mobsters there asked the Joker, well, Batman poses as much a threat to us as he is to you, so why not take him out for free? To which the Joker replied, because if you're really good at something, he said, you never do it for free. Yet, and it was exactly for this, and it was exactly because of this line that I heard in one of the trailers that I became interested in the movie, sat down, watched it, and ended up quite enjoying it. Previous iterations of the Joker had madness pretty much as their main motive. They wanted to destroy Gotham, they wanted to kill Batman just because they were bat crazy basically. But this iteration of the Joker, he wanted to kill Batman for money. He wanted to kill Batman in order to serve his personal interests, his self-interest. So that iteration of the Joker was more believable, more interesting, more lively. Yet there are people out there who, when they need help with something, the first thing they do is to ask for the help to be provided to them for free. They think like the mobsters from the movie. The similarities among the people in this class are startling. For once, all of the requests start in the same way. Hey, I was wondering if you could. Followed by what I can only think of is a list of demands similar to what the police are receiving from terrorists in case there's a hostage situation or anything. And closed by something along the lines, you know, if this materializes into a bigger project, you will be my first choice. And we will all get rich. Sorry, pal, not interested. Not because I'm evil, but rather for three other very important reasons. One, I know I'm good at what I do. I have enough experience in my field and enough feedback from knowledgeable people in the industry to know that I do not need to go after every menial task that is laid before me, just because it may materialize sometime in the very distant future and we will all get rich. Two, I'm only being fair. Because if I cannot say yes to every one of these requests, it is only fair that I say no to everyone. And three, because psychologically speaking, no one can do justice to their job unless they have, ideally, financial and intellectual interest in it. At the very least, they should have either of the two, but not neither of them. There are always exceptions, of course, like family and close friends, people who have invested in me their most valuable asset, their time, will always find me by their side. But to cut a long story short, if you need professional services to be rendered to you for free in order to see your big idea materialize, then perhaps this is a good indication that you're trying to bite more than you can chew. And perhaps you should abandon this idea of yours, at least for now, until things get better. Because at the end of the day, as the Joker said, if someone's really good at something, they will not help you do it for free.